right? So 2019 Module 1, so Caribbean Legal Systems for the Law Unit 1, right? So let's have a look at this. So A, outline two functions of the Chief Justice in the Caribbean Judicature or the Caribbean Judiciary System. So two functions of the Chief Justice. What are two functions? Functions of the Chief Justice, guys. Went through these. We went through these. So I mean I just reviewed them. But what are the functions of the Chief Justice? Alright, so looking at that, so what is that? So they preside over members of the Supreme Court. They head the court system and oversees judicial process. Alright, they also represent the judicature. Lovely. B. Commonwealth Caribbean countries use a jury system in awarding justice. 1. Explain two benefits of the jury system. What are two benefits of the jury system?
It is usually representative of the population.
Increases representativeness, alright? So speaking about what is that called, right, specifically? Participatory justice, right? Participatory justice, lovely. What is the other thing?
Secures fairness in the justice system.
Alright, so secures fairness, lovely, as well as what is in the chat there, less likely to be biased than a singular judge, alright? And you could also speak about the fact that jurors are better judges of fact. Alright. What are two drawbacks of the jury system now?
No proper education or knowledge to deal with certain cases.
Right? So jurors, okay, okay. The thing is, no, I wouldn't say that. I know what you're saying, but I wouldn't say it in the way you said it, right? The jurors, right, are not normally educated on matters of law, right? Cause it make it sound like the jurors don't have any education at all. But like, that it make it sound like that. But just say that they're not educated in matters of law. All right, lovely, right? So, what could be the issue now? Drawbacks. Any other drawbacks? You could speak about the preemptory challenges and stuff like that that occurs in the jury, right? The issues of the jury system.
Corruption.
Corruption can occur, right? So bribing and all these different things, as well as the fact that it's time consuming. Lovely, I see that answer there, right? Afia. So time consuming nature of the jury system is there as well. Alright, so you guys can speak about a lot of things there. And here now, during a jury trial, Justice Roach realizes that his new attorney, Cake, that's crazy, is not familiar with the manner in which a jury trial is conducted. As the judge's assistant, advise Cake on the three functions of the High Court judge during a jury trial. Use one relevant case, statute, scenario, or example to support the function. To support each function. So, what are the functions of the High Court judges within jury trials? Let me see the chats. To ensure the evidence is proper. Interesting. Remember the first thing, they preside over the trial, right? Specifically, they preside over the trial, right? They oversee the entire trial process. They make rulings on legal matters, right? So that's one thing that they do. They make determinations on various legal issues. They instruct the jury on matters of law, right? So what could be a case that we could see there? Something occurred, right? Something occurred within a case that you could look at that actually resulted in an issue there. So they also use examples and cases and stuff like that, right? I, for one, would actually jump to a case to use more so than to use an example or something else like that. The misdirection of the jury, Sukram VR, right? Um, Senvirtine, right? VR as well, and Thomas VR. Those cases could point to this, right? So the instruction of the jury, what happened to the jury is misled, right? So remember to speak about the scenarios there or whatever case you want to use, right? The High Court judge also handles jury deliberations and verdicts as well as sentencing. So speak about those things, right? So the judges specifically, what do they do in jury trials, right? And use scenarios, right? Use one relevant case scenario, whatever, for each. So I would use a case, right, for the fact that they need to be judging instructing rather the jury on fact, and I would probably use Sukram VR for that, and I would probably use a scenario or a statute, right? The Jury Act of Jamaica, right? As a Jamaican citizen, I would use the Jury Act of Jamaica, right, to look at the fact that the ruling on legal matters must be done by supervision of a judge over the jury, right? And we could look at other factors as well. There are many other factors you could look at. So you just need to outline the functions of the High Court judge and then use any scenario, example, like that, that could be used to explain each function. Right? Really and truly, this is not my favorite question. I don't like the question at all. But you guys could look at those stuff. So you need to know the function of the personnel within the jury system. Alright? So responsible for hearing and dealing with cases, cannot interfere with deliberating the process of jurors, interprets the law before applying it to the case. Alright, so we have all those type of things. The case is under jury under jury system. Remember the jury misinterpretation. Okay, so let's do all the cases under the jury system. Right? You have misdirection, right? Nanan the state, right? And Sukram VR. Sukram VR, I think, is the locus class because that's where we get the entire. That's where we get all the 4 things that we look at under the misdirection of jury, right? Because from Sukram VR is where we get the role of the judge. So that case would be very powerful in this response because that is where the role of the High Court judge is outlined, right? In Sukram VR, right? SOOKRAM VR 1971. That is where all the rules come from, right? Or that's where the rules are outlined. That case there, right? For gender inequality, we know Rojas versus Berlac, Berlac, right? 2004. That would be a good case there. There are many other cases there. But generally, Sukram is the best case here. It speaks the function of the judges in the jury trials, alright? And you can also use Thomas VR as well to look at it. Okay? There are many things, many cases. Alright, let me see at this. Gibson VR, jurors cannot have a relationship with defendants. Lovely. Right? So that could be there as well. So Gibson VR. So there was a relationship between the juror and a defendant in 1963, right, that resulted in this charging of a juror. Alright? So you guys could speak to all of that niceness, right? That is really the end of the 2019 discussion here.